Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is game between Tang and AlphaBetaGo on Ruins of Endion. Hey, that's a new map from the new map pool. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is AlphaBetaGo. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Tang, representing Team All Inspiration. So it's a ZVT on a new map as part of the new map pool on the ladder of StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void. We'll start seeing more of these maps more and more on the channel. But until a tournament is played using these new maps, and I have access to the replays, all the pro replays will be on the old map pool. But the people that send me replays after the new map pool is released will be on the new map pool, which makes sense. All right, so this looks like a 4-player map based on the situation here. There's a wide ramp going down here. Oh my goodness, a huge map from the natural. Hang on a second, paying attention. Okay, so that's a narrow ramp, and that is just a giant ramp. That is such bad news for Protoss and Terran players. They have to hate that with a passion. So this, maybe it is only a two-player map, because again, giant ramps are not usually how this works in StarCraft 2. Yeah, it looks like more of a 2-player map. And now that I look at it more closely, there's this weird area down here that is not necessarily mirrored up here at the top. So I'm going to go 2-player with a gold base in between the two main starting bases, which, yeah, that absolutely makes sense, because if there's a 4-player map, the person who spawned at the bottom, or their opponent spawned up top, would definitely have an advantage having this gold base so close. But right between the two players makes a lot of sense. Okay, so 2-player map here with the narrow ramp, with, again, just a giant ramp that is so hard to wall off. I mean, you can't even really try as Terran. There's no way it's not going to happen. Although I guess, I don't know, we don't see a lot of walling off in places like Dusk Towers. So maybe it's not as big a deal as I am making it out to be. Either way, Reaper Expand coming out here from our friend Tang. And actually, did I not do continuous music? I know everyone that hates me doing this. And damaged life bars. That's better. Now we have music. So SCV here with the drone transfer. The drone's transferring a little bit early. This isn't quite done yet. I'm not sure what the intent is there. Reaper, did that Reaper pop? I thought it had popped already. And it has. Here it comes. All right, so Reaper burning along. Dun, 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 dun. Gonna try to drop into the main base. Can he hop up that thing? I don't think he can. Too tall. There we go. Hop number 1 and then hop number 2. Oh, drones are available. Look out. Drones, run for your lives. KD8 charge knocking those lings back. Nice KD8 charge from Reaper Bob here. Getting shots from the Queen. Never good. Not good to feel those spining through your face and chest, as I assume they always are. We have a rock tower here. We can knock down for... I mean, it isn't... 2 rock towers? Yeah. Knock both of them down for an additional wall. That's interesting. This is a weird map. I like it. KD8 charge. Trying to kill some of that larva. Didn't quite get it, though. Maybe a little bit too afraid to go into the creep. Anyway, Reaper not doing much work whatsoever, but here is a barracks with a reactor. Factory has finished as well here, and it is currently 27 to 39 total supply. Tang looking good. Looking good. Spawning pool on the way. Has a bunch of lings. Has a surprisingly high number of lings. 6, considering that 1 Reaper. Usually you see 4, but I guess if you want to feel safe, 6 makes a lot of sense, and taking his 3rd up on here. I guess technically you could take the 3rd here, but for a Zerg it's really hard to do because knocking down rocks in the early game is nigh impossible. You could send these lings to do it, but it would take them about 4 minutes to do so. So he just takes his 3rd here, trying to keep up with the economy of AlphaBetaGo. Marine coming through. Goodbye, Marine. I guess you're scouting, trying to do so, but good luck with that. And Reaper heading on home too. There are speedlings out, and they are faster than Reapers, even off creep. Hellions are much better at dealing with lings out in the open field like this. Sound like a watchtower held by the lings so they can see when a Hellion is coming. Is there an attack path down this way? No, not unless you knock down these rocks. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff you can destroy on this map. You can destroy these rocks to access the gold base. You can destroy these rocks to take a 3rd or a 4th base if you want. You can destroy these rocks to wall off basically your little section of the map here and get 4 bases that are inaccessible. Another set of rocks can go into your 3rd here. Wow, destructible things everywhere on this map. How many total is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 10? 10 destructible rock features. So that's technically rocks. These are, I guess they're all rocks. I was going to say some of them are debris. That's a rock tower. Okay, so rock towers collapse to create rocks. That's the difference there. Viking does manage to snipe down an Overlord. Excellent job, Mr. Viking. We like to see that. Barracks with the reactor. 3rd command center coming up here too. So both players going into super macro mode. APM for these players over 200. for AlphaBetaGo, around 130 for Tang. Not playing exceptionally fast, but still looking good. He looks like he's in a pretty good spot. Although losing Overlords is never a good feeling. Kablorp. Thank you for playing, Mr. Overlord. Not going to happen. Oh, clears it out to make room for the Medivacs. Excellent, excellently played from AlphaBetaGo. Trying to sneak along this south side. Is there anything scouting this? There is a Spore Crawler, which is nice. Always useful against Medivacs. A few Lings here. Some Roaches coming out too from Tang. Production tab for AlphaBetaGo looks very standard indeed. Here comes some Lings and some Roaches here. The Lings do ping one of the Hellions down. Nicely done. This is just a pure Hellion drop, and the Roaches say good luck with that. One more shot, and only one of the Hellions does manage to survive. The Medivac taking shots from Queens as she flies away. Another Spore Crawler coming up to try to deal with this drop-heavy play from AlphaBetaGo. If you see drops early from Terran, you can assume they're comfortable with them and are usually planning on continuing that. As we see here from the double Medivac production, Marines and Marauders, and actually getting building armor. Look at that. We don't usually see that very often in our casts. Upgrades the armor of structures by 2. So, I mean, it works on buildings, missile turrets, planetary fortresses. Pretty handy that way. We just don't see it from the pros all that much. This is about a GM level game, as Tang is currently GM. And here comes the Reaper again, trying to sneak on out here. Creep spread looking pretty fantastic from Tang thus far. He has pretty much its right side of the map taken care of. Viking ready to go, ready to look for more Overlords to kill. The Reaper's only holding the Xel'Naga Watchtower. Marines, Marauders, tanks, +1/+1 now on the way for the Terran, as well as combat shield, +1/+1 for missile attack and Carapace for Tang. A lair and just so many Roaches right now. Holy smokes. How many is he making? 10? Okay, he has 10. Making 6 more. 16 Roaches here at the 6-minute mark. Not bad. Not bad macro at all. There's that third command center landing, and so far Tang has done really nothing to harass yet. Wow! AlphaBetaGo decides to deal with this giant ramp with a whole ton of supply depots. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total to wall this off entirely. And again, if the supply depots are down, it's not a great wall. So we should probably lift those now in case of a Ling run by, but you know what? That's okay. Really no danger of that, as we can see on the minimap right on now. But it is knocking down this rock tower. So both of them. If you destroy one, do both of them fall? It looks like if you destroy one of the towers, they both fall down. We'll have to watch out for that a little bit later here. Is this another drop? Nah, Viking. Viking running around being annoying. How many kills do you have, Mr. Viking? 3? 3 kills is good. I think that's 3 Overlords. Roaches knocking down the rocks here to take that 4th base, and it's just a nice and cozy area. You have to worry about these rocks, and you have to worry about this area here, but otherwise, you're pretty protected on this map. As we can see here from AlphaBetaGo, he likes having these rocks here. These rocks here, no ground attack can get to him at all without going through rocks. And that's a good early warning system, if that's what you're going for. Creep spread going again to Viking, just making sure no Overlords stray too far. Not being aggressive, as there are Spore Crawlers everywhere for Tang. You don't want to run into one of those babies. And here comes some tank drops, though. Flying tanks on their way into this 4th base. Can the Roaches get there? Yes, in time enough to force the tanks away. They don't have speed yet? Where are you, Glial Reconstitution? No, they don't have speed yet. That's interesting. So many Roaches without Glial Reconstitution. Ravagers mixed in 2. Nubidized Carapace. Ground Carapace level 2 being researched. And, oh, some good micro here. But Corrosive Bile landing. Oh, does get the tank. Does get the tank. Trying to knock down these rocks to give himself a ground attack path to the Terran player. Corrosive Bile being used to kill. Was that a Widow Mine that it killed? Was there a Widow Mine on the ground? Yeah. Widow Mine's in production. So moving across once again with Roaches and with Ravagers. Going to go ahead and try to take down these rocks. Should be able to do it before the army can come up and prevent this. And having high ground and a concave is actually pretty important for Zerg. Goodbye, Marine. You scouted well. You let the enemy know, or you let your friends know when the enemy was coming, but that's about it. Corrosive Bile thrown down again here. Does manage to hit nothing at all whatsoever. Here we come with the tanks, with the Marines and the Marauders. +1/+1 having finished on these guys, but I think there are too many Roaches. Too many Ravagers. It's just not a great angle here at all. Pretty good concave. Tank in the back, splashing away happily with 2 kills already. And Tang decides to retreat as AlphaBetaGo actually forces him back, chases him for a second, and then just returns back on home as his 4th command center is here as well. Does he want to land it? I guess you'd want to land it there. I don't know where else you'd go, AlphaBetaGo, unless you want to go way, way up here, which just seems out of range of your ground army. And definitely a 4th base there. Might as well expand towards the Zerg, too, if you can get rid of this army. Which again is difficult, as Ravagers are good. +1/+1 there. +2/+2. Tang might be waiting for that +2/+2 before he decides to move on in. +2/+2 on the way for AlphaBetaGo, but not quite finished yet. Getting +1 attack for his weapons. We see that quite a bit more and more Roaches in that production tab for Tang. And a couple SCVs end up falling there. Corrosive Biles landing, catching a couple SCVs there too. Overseer's mixed in because he knows about the Widow Mines. Can he get that tank on the high ground? Corrosive Biles landing across that line, and pretty well dodged there by AlphaBetaGo. Another big attack, stimming forward, then falling back to avoid the Corrosive Bile. Here is AlphaBetaGo doing a great job, not losing too much, and actually instilling quite a few casualties there on Tang. So Tang is maxed out here at 10 minutes with Roach Ravager with 19 roaches on the way. Wow, that is a lot of roaches, and +2/+2. He really needs to make this work before the Terran player gets to his +2/+2, and I think he might be able to. If he has something he could shoot up, he could probably deal with this command center, but as it stands, he does not. Is there enough Corrosive Bile to kill a command center here? No. No, I don't think that there is. Another attack here going on through. One tank does end up falling, another one as well. Nope, this tank's still alive with 2 kills. That +1 attack not quite there yet. Will he see it? He probably will live to see it. He's not being specifically targeted. And once again, being chased away. That stim and those medevacs really helping these bio units, as they have since the early days of StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty. And again, the dance continues here. Reinforcing Ravagers come in, though I'm not sure that's what AlphaBetaGo wanted to see. It is definitely not what he wanted to see. Can the Ravagers get this off? And no, don't land. Why did you land? AlphaBetaGo, no, 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 no. No, 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 and Corrosive Bile does almost, yes, it does take down the command center. It burns down for the final one. Tank dying there too. Corrosive Bile landing on that tank, and this tank dies just from, I think, standard attacks as well. The Marines and Marauders and tanks. Again, he can barely hold on here. AlphaBetaGo, this tank on the high ground has been a godsend. It has 9 kills. This one back here has 8 as well. Tanks have been extremely useful, even if they don't do extra damage, versus Ravagers because they're not armored. It's okay. I think AlphaBetaGo feels okay about that. +1 attack now finished. 55 damage versus armored. Roaches here are armored units. Trying to push back in once again. This seems like an eternal battle over this area. He really wants to kill that tank, and he's going to be able to get it. There it is. Corrosive Bile taking it out almost immediately. Roaches going against Marine and Marauder. Small group at the front here, not actually being supported by medevacs. Medevac count looking okay. Some of them are fairly low on health. AlphaBetaGo going for a drop. It's time to go ahead and do this. We can't let the Zerg player just continue to macro up. He's already up 79 to 55 workers. AlphaBetaGo, you can't let that happen. 3 bases, very nice, but again, the worker count here, it's all right. I mean, okay, his worker count is good based on where he is, but it's just he is outbased as this gold base is coming up for Tang. Drop coming along the north side. Creep spread amazing. Tang can see this, I think. Well, yeah, especially if AlphaBetaGo lands here. Can definitely see this. Do you think there's a base here, AlphaBetaGo? No. Just going to kill some creep tumors up here in the north area, which seems like an odd choice, as here comes some more Roaches and Ravagers ready to crush. A bunch of Marauders end up dying. A few Marines there, too. Boosting on out is AlphaBetaGo. Doesn't want to be here at all. Another attempt at a drop down here. Does manage to kill a couple workers, as there's the transfer down to the gold base. Does he want to land? I don't know if he wants to land here. He recognizes there's a lot of Zerg on the ground, and there's that hatchery landing at the gold. That's going to be very, very useful. Is that the only gold base on this whole map? I think it is. So when there's only 1 gold, it's even more important. More Corrosive Biles, more attacks from Marines and Marauders. Ravager is left behind and absolutely melted right there. Another drop being attempted. Spore Crawler useful here, weakening one of the medevacs. Is it going to kill one of the medevacs there? Yes, indeed it does. It kills one of the medevacs, but a lot of drones dying here at the same time. Overseers running around trying to oversee things. Marines, Marauders taken out. Yes, getting rid of the drones, getting rid of some queens here. That queen is likely going to die. Spore Crawler not quite able to finish off that medevac. Not much energy left on her, though. Corrosive Bile finishing it off. Bam, nice targeting there from Tang. Another attack down here. More Corrosive Biles being used. Tanks on the low ground being very effective indeed here. +2/+2 now finished for the Marines and the Marauders. +2/+2 again continuing for Tang, but +3/+3 on the way, while Tang is not going for +3/+3 at all. This can be a bit of a problem for a Zerg player, but nice concave. Streaming on in more Roaches, more and more Ravagers. Tanks getting killed. Tanks on the low ground still a huge problem for Tang, but it's continuing to press forward here, dealing with huge casualties. Both of these players. Corrosive Biles landing, not quite able to kill the tanks, and 7 kills on the one before it falls. Still, tank in the back here, 4 kills, 8 kills. That one is a corporal. Look at these Roaches explode. Reinforcing Marines coming on down. Not on attack move. Look out. Look out, Marines. Oh, Marines. Okay, so some of them managed to survive against all odds there, but a group of Roaches again ready to kill. Roaches do very, very well against Marines, especially in smaller numbers. More Ravagers getting morphed on in. Tang wants to stick on Roach Ravager. Have we seen this work? I do not know. Roach Ravager continuing to push on in here. Does he have the space? He does. He's mining from it. He has gas coming from it too. More and more corrosive bile landing does manage to kill one of the tanks. Are there any tanks left for AlphaBetaGo? I do not know. That's a planetary fortress, but when you have this many roaches and ravagers with this good upgrades, it doesn't really matter. And it does end up falling, losing the planetary. AlphaBetaGo down 174 to 98 total supply, continuing with the Marines and the Marauders and the Stim +3/+3 having finished here, but I don't know actually how much it's going to help. The reinforcements continue to come. It seems like forever for Tang streaming across the map. Corrosive bile landing, almost managed to kill a tank. Regular attacks managed to get it down there too. Any overseers here? I do not know if there are. This tank on the high ground could last for quite a while, up to 2 kills. But no, marching up the ramp to provide that sight. There are the roaches, and the tank gets picked up and left alone. Moved away there. 6 kills on this tank. More reinforcing Marauders and Marines coming up. But look at this huge line of roaches. 19 more on the way for Tang. Spending his money as fast as he can. Doing a pretty good job of it. The Terran player also spending his money excellently well. Oh, it's a transfer of SCVs. Not looking good at all for our Terran player. 45 to 72 workers. More corrosive bile landing. More SCVs. Getting absolutely massacred here. This transfer is not what you want to see from AlphaBetaGo. Yeah, the SCV massacre is real right now. Tank on the high ground continuing to do damage. Plus 3 kills, 2 kills, 6 kills on that siege tank. Tang decides not to move on in there. Might as well take care of expansions, as that seems to be the prudent option here. Tang again throwing down corrosive biles at T-Town SCVs. It seems unnecessary as they all die trying to flee anyway. Small group of roaches is taken apart, but the reinforcements come in just in time, leaving a few Ravagers back here to kill these refineries, forcing a liftoff. The income right now has got to be absolutely abysmal for the Terran player. Yes, indeed it is. Look at that income discrepancy. Absolutely favoring the Zerg, continuing to push with the roaches and the Ravagers with that +2/+2. It's just going to be out macroing right now for Tang, losing units. Again, resources lost here. That's not resources lost anymore. That one is 32,000 compared to 23,000 for Tang, but Tang just has the macro advantage, and that's it. A rage quit from AlphaBetaGo. Tang is victorious. AlphaBetaGo's left the game. Yeah, so again, I always say Roach Ravager doesn't necessarily work in the late game versus Terran, especially when those upgrades are there, but you know what? If you can just out-macro your opponent, you're going to be A-OK. You can afford to lose, again, it's like 10,000 more resources lost than your opponent, but in the end, it doesn't matter if you continue to kill resources, and kill 72 SCVs. Whoa. Wait, killed 16 SCVs. No, wait, 16 left, killed 47. Okay, there we go. So not used to this interface sometimes. Tang killed 47 SCVs, lost 17 drones of his own. Units killed for both players fairly even, but the cost effectiveness of AlphaBetaGo helped with that resources lost tab, but did not help him get the win. So Tang with the victory today. Congratulations to him. And that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.